ride a river over you.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this episode, emission, show, I don't know. This is the place where I read some articles I curate from the internet related to music, psychology, kind of politics sometimes only. And here we are today with, as always, 2 articles. If my OBS doesn't collapse, of course, like every day almost now. Let's go with the first one in line, directly to the article. We go. Music corrects the brain's glitched predictions. Glitched predictions. What is a glitched prediction? I wonder. Let's find out. Summary, no. Key findings, no. Source, Yale. It's from Yale, guys and girls. A little bit bigger. I need you to read too, if you want. Always the link in the description as well. Okay, our brains anticipate sensory signals, such as sight, sound, smell, or touch by relying on past experiences. Yes, that's why when we go for the first time to a place, it feels longer to go for the first time that come back. Always returning to your house from a new place feels faster than you going there for the first time. I hope that makes sense. Let's continue. When we bite into an apple, for example, we expect a sweet crunch because of all the other times we have eaten one. Yes, it's a deception when it's not that way. Some neuroscientists believe that this neural processing, known as predictive coding, helps ease the brain's cognitive load and facilitate faster learning. But at times, these expectations or predictions can go wrong, resulting in the hallucination. The music is out. Okay, let's continue. But at times, these expectations or predictions can go wrong, resulting in the hallucinations and delusions that can come with psychosis, a mental state where the mind loses touch with reality. In a new study published in April 9 in the journal Psychosis, Yale scientists demonstrated a way to help those with psychosis re-engage with their surroundings through making music therapy territory alarm. Music is a golden road for making predictions, says Philip Corlett, PhD, an associated professor of psychiatry at Yale School of Medicine, and the senior author of the study. When one sings the lyric, Sweet Caroline, for example, the mind conjures the ensuing melody, ba ba ba. I don't know what ba 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 is, what part of the song is. Because of this strong link between music and prediction, Corlet's research group at the Belief Learning and Memory Lab, okay, this is a laboratory that study or research belief. Again, Corlet's research group at the Belief Learning and Memory Lab set out to assess the impact of song making on psychotic illness, particularly hallucinations. Okay, composing songs. That's good. There's two types of music therapy, receptive and expressive. You know, when you listen, you just listen music, and when you also be an active, when you also are an active participant of the music in the therapy room, let's say. People have hallucinations because their predictions are too strong, and that makes them see and hear things that other people don't see or hear. Wow, Corlett says. Making music might be an avenue to help dysfunctional brains regain their ability to make good predictions, he says. Like a roller coaster, music is a safe way of having our expectations violated whilst not having to experience any kind of dangerous and unsafe things. For the project, Corlett partnered with Adam Christopherson, a music facilitator, a member of the Citizens Community Collaborative at the Yale Program for Recovery and Community Health, and founder of Musical Intervention, an organization that uses music making for rehabilitation and community building in New Haven. Okay, community music therapist. Cool. Corlett became interested in music therapy for psychosis after observing its effect on patients he met at the Connecticut Mental Health Center. I saw some people who would seen for the past 10 years or so coming in and out of the center, not really improving very much, Corlett says. And then they sat with Adam for an hour and they seemed to come alive. They weren't as negative or finding it hard to express their emotions or connect with others. And I just thought I want to be part of this by exploring these signs behind it. Group music eases paranoia. Wow, group music is fantastic. The researchers recruited 20 people between the ages of 18 and 65 in Connecticut to participate in a 6-week longitudinal study. That means that they follow them for years, I believe. The individuals who were either referred by their clinicians or self-registered, derived or referred by clinicians or self-registered, had schizophrenia or experienced distressing auditory hallucination at least once per week. The minimum of requirement to participate in this group is you have to have one hallucination per week, and it has to be auditory. Only for auditory hallucinations. During their initial visit, the participants completed a set of psychometric questionnaires to assess their tendencies toward hallucinations and paranoia. They also participated in an interview with the study facilitators. For the next 4 visits, yes, because we used to make some kind of music history of the patient before working with him or her, because maybe one person has a trauma with a piano, you know, and if you use piano in the session, you might trigger something negative. So that's why. I hope that makes sense. For the next 4 visits, the participants formed groups of 5, ensembles of 5, quintets and met weekly for 2 hours to write songs with guidance from a professional musician. Beautiful! They received recording equipment, including a microphone, guitar, keyboard, and drums, and were encouraged to write their own lyrics. Cool. At the final visit, the participants filled out the same set of questionnaires and sat for a post-session interview. We wanted to longitudinally assess people's changes objectively, says Dana Greco, a PhD student at the Correlate Lab and the first author of the study. The researchers did not find a decrease in hallucinations for all participants, but those with less severe hallucinations reported experiencing less paranoia after the sessions. The researchers also noted a change in the participants' language. Previous research has shown that people who experience severe psychosis use first-person pronouns, I, me, mine, more often than plural pronouns, we, us, ours, which can indicate social isolation and distress. After the participants' final interview, we were seeing a decrease in their first-person pronoun usage and an increase. We were seeing a decrease in the first-person pronouns usage and an increase in plural pronoun usage, Greco says. Individuals with psychosis often experience social paranoid thoughts, and stigma. While the participants came with varying levels of psychosis, they all benefited from the group music activities by gathering with the community and rekindling their creativity, Greco says. For Christopherson, the result was a validation of what he had seen in the field for the last 25 years of running similar groups. The Yale study shows the validity of the musical intervention approach, he says. To him, the song-making activities offered the participants a sense of identity and a way to express their emotions and creativity, which in turn affects their livelihood. Treating psychosis with music therapy is a really exciting area of research, Corlett says. There's a thing with schizophrenic patients that has to do with the perception of time that can make it harder for some patients to participate in music, and even stressful because they have this time perception problem that is very related to music, So that's a little footnote. Individuals with psychosis are typically prescribed antipsychotic to reduce symptoms such as hallucinations and delusions. These medications can cause unpleasant side effects, including difficulty concentrating? Okay, we know what that means, but I think it's wrong, It's rated wrong? I don't know. Lack of motivation and lethargy. Our approach may be outside of the purview of clinical medicine, Carlett says, but the study showed that we can do proper clinical scientific research on music therapy. Yes, of course. And that it can do just as well as the more standard and traditional treatments. And perhaps better in some cases, because people come back, they want more, and they don't experience negative side effects. As a follow-up to this study, Corlett and his team are investigating how music as an intervention changes brain circuitry. I suspect that it does something permanently in the brain, he says, and we want to find out what that is. What I know is that the most complex or wholesome activity a human can do to stimulate the whole nervous system of the human, of a person, is to play an instrument, a musical instrument. So, yes, I agree. Okay, my music never came back. I hope you're listening to music in the background. I don't, because my OBS is crazy and crash from time to time. Thank you very much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the content of the article. If not, you can read it by yourself. I'm leaving the link in the description in YouTube. Thank you for the new Kick followers. We're growing there too. Goodbye. See you the next one. Let's see if we have an outro, because I don't know.